What's up, y'all? Welcome to the No Pod Just Cash Show, you weekly hangout. Hey, I got my people with me tonight. I'm Show. I got my boy Smoke. What's happening, brother?
Hey man, this pal, pity patting over here, baby.
I see that. L, how you doing, lady?
I am doing so good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. And my boy with the Crown Royal bank account over there, Mike, you know what's happening.
Man, like Charlie Wilson said, I can do magic.
Okay. So listen, check this out, man. We got something for y'all tonight. Hey, check us out. We'll be back in a minute.
Get it, 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 hey, get it, get it, get it, hey, get it, get it, get it, get it, yeah, get it, get it. On my soul, ain't no letting up.
This a podcast.
I don't know.
Man.
I don't know if y'all saw. I don't know if y'all saw a video today. A video surfaced with Snoop Dogg. He took his grandson to the movies to see the new Toy Story movie, and in the movie, it threw him off. You know, he didn't know how to answer his grandson's question. His grandson asked him. He said, "Daddy, Papa, I guess that's what he called him." He said, "Can two women have babies?" Now, so apparently in this movie, it showed two women who had a baby. How y'all feel about that?
Now, question: what movie was this again?
It's the new Toy Story movie.
Was it Woody?
I mean, what his
It was
name? I
Buzz
mean,
Lightyear.
Was
yeah,
it?
Buzz Lightyear. Yeah, him.
Yo,
It's
Buzz.
him in the.
Oh, I
It
thought
was
Woody
two
might have
women.
went on ahead and crossed over. Go ahead.
No. But
Of
apparently
all
in
the
this
characters,
movie,
why would it?
Right.
That's the reason why I chose him because of that name.
but
Woody.
apparently, it's two women in the movie, and they ended up having a baby, and to Snoop Dogg, it confused his grandson. So how do y'all feel about these new shows putting that type of dynamic of maybe birth coming from the same sex? It's two people dating, and I mean, of course, we know that they do artificial insemination now and stuff like that, to where people of the same sex can possibly have a baby if they want to. But how y'all feel about the movies pushing that out to our young generation?
Man, I'll start out, bro.
L,
Let's
unmute
start out by
yourself, man.
saying,
L, unmute yourself.
oh, yeah, you're on mute.
You on
There
mute.
we go. Hey, man, I start out like this, bro. I keep it plain and simple. You got these young babies, man, going to look at these cartoons or whatever, these little Disney movies, whatever they are. And these are young, impressionable minds, right? And I
Mhm.
believe that we got to be careful what we teach the churn. We got to be careful, man. Got to be careful. That being said, if that movie indeed does have a scene where two women get together and make a baby, that's straight foolishness, bro. I wouldn't co-sign for it. And if that's what they're doing at the movies or whatever, making movies like that, I'm not gonna spend my money to go see it. Now, I'm all for love whoever you love. That's all right. That's all well and good. Ain't nothing wrong with love. Two men, two women. I don't care. Like whatever go on in your bedroom ain't none of my business. Whatever, doc. But if it's gonna be if they're gonna be, kind of having this narrative of two women or two men can make a baby, I'm never co-sign. That's foolishness, bro. Like you can't take them young impressionable minds and tell them some foolishness like that. That's all I gotta say. I would not support it if that is actually what's going on in that particular movie.
Yeah, what you think about it?
Well, I think that, well, I guess I have a question. Um, was there some type of disclaimer that was presented before the movie, so people just weren't blindsided by this?
I have no idea. All I know is Snoop Dogg was upset because his grandbaby asked a question about two women having a baby. Now,
So,
I don't know if it entailed them showing the scene where they got together. All of a sudden, she ended up pregnant. I don't know about all that. All I know is the
Okay.
grandbaby was confused.
Really, dude,
right.
that showed a scene on the
So,
movie getting pregnant.
I
so
mean,
I
I don't know.
What we watching here,
Right.
boy? Anyway,
I
Go ahead, Elle.
understand. I understand him being upset, because the grandson would have questions. That makes sense. And he said, I think in his video, that he was not equipped to answer them. So I think if movies are going to go down this road, which is a slippery slope, and it's a very tricky road to go down, you're going to have to equip people with the right information on how to answer these questions. Because I don't know if parents and grandparents are ready, or know how to really answer that. Because I know I don't think I would be able to. How did two women have a baby? I wouldn't even know where to start. I understand that these movies are trying to be inclusive of everybody and trying to show kids, this is the new reality that we live in. But I do think that there needs to be some type of disclaimer so that parents can decide whether or not they want to take their kids to see that. But to be blindsided by it, I don't think that's fair.
yeah. I
Smoke.
think first of all, we're gonna have to see what the rating of this movie was, because if it was rated G, rated PG, 13, PG, LQP, SRT, HIV, LMNOP.
Right.
We don't want
We don't know. We don't
I
know.
just said
Right.
HIV.
Yeah, I did. I put it right in order because it sounds good.
Why
NCAA.
does it rhyme?
Yeah.
Well, I personally
Oh
love
my
an
God.
SRT Hellcat. I'm a
Yep.
fan.
Or-
One time
or-
with that SRT.
Dude,
That's right.
okay.
XLT or the XLT. But I think what's going on is definitely no longer a hidden agenda, but it's an agenda. They're actually pushing this to make this a normal part of our society. They're still trying to force feed us this to the point where I think now, because they put it in cartoons as well as just every little TV show you watch or every movie you watch, they're telling us now this is what it is.
Well,
And that's it. There's no
and
more such thing as heterosexual love. No. We also gonna have homosexual love. We gonna also have this type of love. And I think they're just trying to normalize this thing, which I think is wrong, because I did read an article, or I seen a video a couple of weeks ago, and it was like this lady, she was gay, but she thought it was dead, just wrong, because like Barnes and Nobles had a section for
correct.
children books with gay relationships,
I was going
gay
there
things
next.
in there. So I feel like you should let your child make a choice, not feed it to them, not force feed that type of lifestyle to you. Because right now, when I talk to other people about it, I'm just like, well, you gay, you're not interested in having kids, but you want to raise kids. How are we going to procreate? How are we going to keep the world productive? Reproduction. How you gonna keep your family's bloodline going? It's impossible. You can't do that unless you just tell the kid, which not to get too far off the subject. Okay, if I was Snoop, I probably would said a stork had a baby in the bag.
You just told him a lie.
Pretty much.
No, better yet, it'll make sense to him. I say, son, a pelican holds the baby inside their mouth. That's why you see that long bill.
Mm-hmm.
But that, I don't know, because I think from my understanding, the grandson said, Papa Snoop, two women can't have a baby. Like, how did that happen? So he's already
So
kinda
somebody
Yeah.
tell him something right. Something right.
pretty clear on
So
how
he's
to,
aware that it's supposed to be a man and woman dynamic right there.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And,
two women can't do that.
and this goes back to what we've always talked about when we came across a topic like this. It's one thing, okay, if you're gonna live the alternative lifestyle, that's fine. Do what you do. God bless you. But at the same time, there's something that you're doing that's just unacceptable. You're trying to force feed us, as Smoke said, for us to accept it. Now, we don't have a problem accepting if you're going to be that way, but don't force feed us like it's wrong for us to not agree with some of the things that you're doing. Now, for me, as we notice, a lot of shows now, they are including a lot of people from the LGBTQ, IXT, MOT, whatever.
NAACP.
Right. on
Really?
BET, crew, and no pun intended, but y'all keep adding these letters, man. Y'all could have had a whole alphabet in there. But
I already took the rainbow.
right, and that's not even the real meaning of the rainbow, but that's another show. But it's just that live your life, okay. Y'all done got the opportunity to be married the way you want to be married, so you can have insurance on each other, whatever. Um, y'all getting the right to be able to be inclusive when it comes to work related opportunities. But to now take it to the point to where you're confusing children, I think that's where we need to stop the line. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to be honest about that.
Yeah, that's me
You
all
got
day.
you got books written about it.
Mhm.
Now you have a movie that's showing, and it's confusing the kids about procreation, as Smoke said. Somewhere it got to stop. Somewhere
Yeah,
it has to stop.
and oh, I'm sorry, but going in defense, I'm just saying, just not actually playing devil's advocate, but I mean, yes. Have we read books where they always say mom and dad? We went to the park. Mom and dad took us to the pool. So, in so many ways, are we actually force feeding heterosexual?
That was gonna be
Um,
my question.
I mean, but how did you force feeding something that was always been that has always been?
From the beginning. That's
Yeah, you
yeah.
can't force feed that. You can't force feed that.
Who? Well,
That's always what it's been, bro.
we understand that, but you still in this day and today's society, you gotta kind of open your eyes a little wider and just think about it.
I do.
Even though we all agree that we don't really vibe that way, but we actually force feed it too, in a sort. It's force fed, even though because we feel it's right, but those guys or those people there don't feel it's right. Y'all are force feeding being heterosexuals. We want to force feed being homosexual.
I don't see nobody. I don't see nobody trying to force feed that anymore. It's just what it's been. Now, listen, like I
Wait a minute.
said,
I mean, what you mean?
everybody,
Creation itself is
yeah,
heterosexual. So
procreation,
right.
that's
That is stuff
heterosexual by
that in
itself,
itself is
bro.
that. So
Yeah,
That
you're
ain't
right.
that's
nothing.
not being
That
force
is
fed. I don't
nothing.
think.
That is nothing that's been force fed. When you grew up, and the first story you heard was Adam and Eve. Okay, somebody might not like Adam. Somebody might not like Eve. They might like just Adam. They might just like Eve. But at the same time, procreation is something you can't do without a man and woman.
No, we
Unless
understand the
unless
science of it.
now,
We
but
understand it.
but see that's the problem. See, now you bring science into it. Now they done made it a way well you could go you go to the sperm bank, you get a sperm, and now woman and woman, if they decide they want to raise a baby, they can do that. Two men could get a surrogate mother and have her have a baby for them, but that's not natural.
It's
That's
not.
all I'm saying. But what you're doing when you say we're force feeding heterosexual, you are confusing children to not think that is normal.
But
You know what I'm saying?
again,
If you say give a child a
Or
choice, if you say give a child a choice,
I
it
agree.
don't teach them that homosexuality is the way to have a child, because that's not the way to have. That's not the natural
Well,
way
well,
of having a
what
child.
you're absolutely correct. But again, we that's how we all feel. We can be in agreement on that. I'm just bringing a point to these people who think the opposite of us. They could feel that way because we put it in books, we put it in movies, we put it in cartoons and shows, just like they're trying to do.
It's always
and
been in books, though, bro.
No,
but
but
also
Even before we was born, it was in books.
no. We understand. I understand that. Don't
I
you act like
wasn't
I don't
force
know that?
fed that. I wasn't force fed.
No. Force fed doesn't necessarily mean the way they're pushing the agenda for homosexuals right now. But the way our parents or whoever their parents are, they're telling them this is normal. Our parents were telling us this is normal. That's all I'm saying. I'm not
I'm not.
disputing
I'm
what
not
you're saying.
sure. I'm not sure that people parents are telling them that this is normal,
Okay,
and
so
two men can have babies or two women can have
I'm not. I
babies.
didn't say that. We're not saying they just end up here verbally saying it, but it's starting to become like we just said. There's a book section in Barnes and Noble. I can go and take my kid that I want, that I want them to be introduced to that world. I just take them to Barnes and Noble and have them read children books about it. What I'm saying is, it's the same thing we're doing with heterosexual, and it is.
So
Now,
is that not normalizing the situation? If you could take them to a book section about homosexuality, I mean, I'm just saying. Listen,
Can I say something?
you-
No,
go ahead, El.
but I think that's their whole point, is that
Mhm.
and I'm not an advocate for the community. I'm just thinking what they might be thinking.
That's what they
I think
thinking.
their whole point is to normalize that just as much as being a heterosexual in a heterosexual relationship is normalized. They're just
Exactly.
trying to, so if heterosexuality is here, they're just trying to bring up homosexuality to where it's
And
not
that
even
is fine.
Yeah, it's an
And
inclusion
that is
thing.
fine. And that is
Yeah,
fine. You could
everybody want to be included. It's okay.
you could bring homosexuality up to equal to heterosexual how you want to. But what you cannot make equal is that a man and woman procreates.
Boom.
Well,
You cannot come equal to that.
well, no,
I'm
no,
sorry. You
boom.
cannot come equal to
but
that.
you're absolutely right.
First of all,
But that's
Not
not really.
naturally.
No. But what I'm saying is, you're absolutely right, Show. But we're kind of getting off the topic, talking about procreation. We just talking about pushing the agenda, and that's
Dude,
what's
that's
going
what the
on.
whole topic about is procreation, because the young
Well,
boy was confused
Snoop's our
about two
grandson,
women
grandchild.
having a
Yeah.
child. So it is about that.
yeah,
Mhm.
That's what's being normalized. It ain't about homosexuality.
yeah,
being
and that's what I'm
normalized no
saying.
more.
That's the
Now
issue.
you're
They
going
trying
a
to.
step further by now showing
Mhm.
that two women can have a baby. That's the step further
I
that
mean,
we're
you're
going.
absolutely correct. And I'm just
There's
saying, but
nothing
that's
wrong
really.
with there's nothing wrong with wanting to have equality in other things, but you can't say you equal to a man and woman procreating. You
Only
have to
way-
do that scientifically.
But I don't think that's what they were saying. I don't think that's what they were talking about procreating. They were just
But that
talking
would
about.
confuse the baby.
Well, no. Listen, the kid doesn't think as deeper and broader than we do. What they were showing us or showing him was family. No matter if it was man and woman, two girls, two guys, they were showing a representation of a family.
Well, I say this, man. The only way two women can have a baby is if I'm in the room with them. Okay? 'Cause I'm gonna try my best.
I knew it was
You
coming.
hear me?
know,
I'm
to
gonna
hold it
shoot up.
on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot the club up. I'm gonna shoot up the club.
Oh my God.
Everybody, you get a baby.
You know
get a
what,
baby.
man? I'm
You
out of
get a
here.
baby.
you have to
I'm
what
just
they're
saying.
what
Y'all
I
come
think
back. I'll come back
Go
in
ahead,
this.
El. Go ahead, El. Hold on, Smoke. Hold on, Smoke. Go ahead, El.
I think what they're trying to say is that there's different definitions of family, right?
Exactly.
So, what we say is a traditional family, man, wife, child, somebody else has a different definition of it. And I think we're living in a society right now where everybody wants to make sure that everybody feels included.
Boom.
So if you look
I'm
on
with
Man,
TV,
that ain't no boom.
I'm
That's
with
some bull.
hold on 1 second.
No,
Y'all-
inclusion
y'all
ain't
cut me
bull,
off
dog.
last time.
Mm-mm.
Y'all cut me
It's
off
not
last
bull.
time. But people want to see themselves represented on TV.
Exactly.
And so if you are a child of that comes from a same-sex family, you might feel included because now you're being
Mhm.
represented.
It's for
Yeah.
everyone. We want this
I'm not-
movie for everyone to see.
And I'm just saying, I'm not saying I'm in agreement. I'm saying
Not at all.
this is what I think their argument would be.
It is their argument.
I say too, when it comes to movies, when you think about the movies, it's a lot of storytelling, it's a lot of fiction, a lot of made up stuff when it comes to movies for the purpose of entertainment, right? So if the movie, like if you see you see people getting shot and dying in movies or whatever, we all know that's not real, right? So nobody's taking that to heart, saying, "Oh, such and such got killed, like he actually did." No, it's a movie. It's just a movie. So on the other hand, this is a movie too, very fictional. So is it a cartoon or some animation? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm assuming it's
Right.
animated.
So there's a story being told. Every movie you see, there's a story. You know what I mean? It's a storyline. Certain things in that story, it could be made up, and nobody would care because it's entertaining, right? And it also depends on the audience. If the audience is a bunch of grown folk, we know better. But my thing is, if it's a movie that was made specifically like for children, usually animated, movies are for children. If those movies are creating a narrative that two women can have a baby, to me, that's pushing a narrative. It's past the entertainment part. It's past the truth about it. Just to me, that's just it's mind blowing. Like I would never support that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I'm all for, you know, Django. You know what I'm saying? And all the foolishness. Like I know that was fake, bro. Like it was one of like probably my favorite movie of all times. Anyway, like I know that was all fake. You know what I'm saying? The story, probably had some truth to it, but the story itself, it was made up. Somebody sat in their den and I'm gonna make a movie with all this right here in it. But when you start like, you making movies for the children, like for me, it's important that movie is like based off the narrative be based off some sort of truth. If not just straight entertainment and just funny, it should be the truth. So for me, it's more like you got these young, impressionable minds, and now you're pushing the narrative. I can't co-sign for that. Not for the babies. I'm not gonna do it.
I know we all want to be warm and fuzzy all inside. Yeah, let's include everybody. I got you on that. But at the same time, it's a limit that you could go. You know what I'm saying? It's a limit, man. That. When you including children who don't know the difference between anything at this point, you already creating that as if I want you, it's almost like your mama telling you, okay, child, you need to get married at this time. You need to have your husband at this time. Okay, but so she gonna show you something that make you see that. But kids need to be able to, as Smoke said, make that choice on their own, but don't force feed them what choice they should make. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna grow up, because the kids gonna grow up seeing it as a norm anyway, because it's in the schools normally now. So they're gonna grow up seeing it anyway.
Yeah.
But now you're putting it in movie theaters and you're putting it on every show that come on TV, which is fine. Be represented. But when I see a child that is confused when they see two people of the same sex having a baby, I think you went too far.
Wait a minute.
That logic, then we need to stop pushing narratives across the board then. Because
exactly.
I was taught through story time that I was going to be kissed by a prince and become a princess and live in a castle. At what point does it stop?
Come on, man.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
She's making a good point.
Right. I want to follow what Elle about. Go ahead, Elle. Finish your thought. I'm sorry.
But also, even like if we're talking about Disney movies and the stereotypes that are in those, like if we're talking about Dumbo and how the crows talk like the stereotypical Black person, well, that was pushing the narrative. Like it's all over the place. Right. So if we're gonna stop,
that was wrong
across the board,
and that was wrong.
But with that being said, my question to you guys is, how much of a role do the parents play? In like if the kids are watching that, what role do the parents play to correct them or further just perpetuate that narrative?
And that's why I say there's a disclaimer should happen so that the parents can decide, I'm going to take my child to see Buzz Lightyear, or no, I'm not going to take my child to see it. So that's what I think where, it needs
to see. I'm not too sure if a disclaimer was made either way. I didn't even know the movie was out until I saw Snoop's video. So I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. But I mean, I'm just saying, it is what it is.
Yeah, and you got to think about history. We all lived this time where you did have homosexuals. They used to always, as they say, stay in the closet. And then some people find out that they're gay. A lot of them was murdered and killed because they
Right.
were
I
gay.
get that.
So,
And that was wrong. And that was wrong.
It was wrong.
100%, bro.
It was, but then now you got to really. That's why I was saying we got to dig a little deeper about what's really going on. I don't agree with pushing the agenda, but then now I'm starting to understand why you push the agenda so you can avoid these things that happened in the past. They're trying to make it more acceptable or just make it more normal, so more people won't be getting murdered and killed because of the fact that they're homosexuals or getting beat up or ganged on or bullied because they are. So I don't necessarily agree with it because I'm old school. We're all kind of old school with it. But at the same time, we living in this time now. We gotta adjust a little bit. I'm not sitting up here saying accept it and be like open your arms to it and that, but there are good agendas, not just hidden bad agendas. There are some good agendas to why they're doing it this way. I don't necessarily agree with it with the kids, but as far as the young adults, just adults, it's necessary because there have been a lot of people back in the 80s, early 90s, 2000s, they were getting just murdered because they were homosexuals, and that's
I
not
get
right.
that. I
So
get that.
so
And
they
black folks was too.
well, we ain't calling a race call like you said. Now we're calling.
But this is what I'm saying. I don't disagree with that, Smoke. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Yes, they should be able to live their lives the way they want to, whether I agree with it or not. But what I don't agree with is now you trying to get that extra step. Now we done gave you an inch. Now you trying to take a foot. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just
You mean
saying. I'm just saying. And
For
I'm not
inclusion?
saying,
You saying
Well,
for
yeah,
inclusion?
well, yeah. I mean, no. Listen, I don't have a problem with them having inclusion. Let me make that clear. I
You
don't
gotta
have a
calm
problem
down,
with
man, 'cause
them
this is very,
having inclusion, but what I do have a problem with is that you are trying to force that narrative on children. You have hidden something in a movie. Now kids gonna go see it, and now they gonna have questions. You know what I'm saying? People just, I mean, listen. We can disagree on this all night because I disagree with it. I'm gonna tell you that now. There's nothing y'all can say to convince me that they're right for putting that in a movie. So
Right.
we're
And
not
this
saying
show is
that what they were
it's
right.
about giving our opinions, and we don't want to agree all the time. That make a boring show.
no, we don't.
Nope.
But you did say something that's why what I smiled about was when you said, we gave y'all an inch, like we let y'all be gay, just go be gay over there.
Over there.
No,
Right.
not about we let y'all be gay. I mean,
Because I
listen,
feel like
I'm gonna be real with you.
Man, what's
I'm
the
gonna be
inch
real
though?
with you. I'm gonna
What's
be
the
real
inch?
with y'all. Listen, I don't believe in same-sex marriage. I don't believe in none of that. I can say that.
Yes.
That's how I feel. So, I mean, if anybody don't like it, tough. You know what I'm saying?
hold on before we go.
But listen, I'm not going to sit here and feel good about a movie that's showing same sex having babies. I mean, if you're gonna do that, explain what happened for that woman to get pregnant. Don't just
In a cartoon?
I mean,
Come on, show.
showing
You
the
put
woman
me
having
on,
a
show,
baby
man. Come on
that's with
now.
another woman.
Nobody said.
I would need some understanding too.
I'm pretty sure Disney ain't. I mean, y'all know some
The
understanding.
child asked his granddaddy, "How did that happen?"
And I wonder what was he high when he explained to him, or was he sober?
No, he never explained it to her because he said he didn't know what to say.
And that's the best thing to do right there.
So let me say this, man, real quick.
The
I would
best thing is
suggest
he did the best.
I would suggest you guys perhaps before you take your little ones, your sons, daughters, nieces, nephews, godkids to see these movies, Google it. So I went on Google and somebody asked, is Lightyear LGBTQ? And
I don't know why they asked that.
It's got an
it's made
AI
by Disney,
overview.
right?
It says, check this out. It says, yes. Disney Pixar's Lightyear features LGBTQ plus representation through the character Alicia Hawthorne, who is in a same-sex relationship and shares a kiss with her wife Kiko. This scene has sparked both positive reactions for its representation and controversy, leading to the film being banned in some countries. That's on
Mhm.
Google.
Yeah,
That's on Google.
yeah, because it's not
So
appropriate for children. It's
do your due
inappropriate for children.
diligence. It
Yeah.
matters now. Do
It's
your due
inappropriate for children.
diligence.
If we can't have sex in cartoon movies, we don't need to be seeing that in the movies either.
No, we
Right. Exactly,
don't. We
man.
don't.
It's just honest. But you
Yeah.
know, I understand what they're doing, but let's leave the kids out of it. Let's
Yeah, I'm for the inclusion
That's
too,
my
bro.
point. That's
Yeah.
my
and
point.
that's all.
Yeah.
As adults, we have a responsibility, bro,
Let these
to
kids
our
grow up
little ones,
innocent.
be it the kids, the
You know, but
nephews, nieces.
but
We
one
gotta stay
thing
on
they
top of our game.
show, as you say, as we all wake up in Saturday morning watching cartoons, they always were white. Snow White, it don't matter. The Smurfs was probably white people too, hidden up under
Even
blue
Bugs Bunny.
skin.
Even Bugs
Bud
Bunny was
Bunny
white.
white. But then one thing I
Yeah.
did, so like I said, I'm a nerd, so I read a lot of comic books and I know a lot of little trivial stuff. So of course the cartoon we used to watch was the Super Friends, correct? Anybody used to watch
Correct.
Super Friends on
Loved
the
it,
road?
bro.
Yes,
Loved it.
sir.
So you remember
I
doing
don't
like
think about
maybe
L. I
the
don't think L
first.
knew about that.
Okay, then she didn't wake up early enough.
L was watching with them bears name that was in the clouds.
That's right. She was
Bears
Care
watching
Stain
Bears.
Bears. Oh,
Yeah,
Care
she's Care
Bears.
Bears.
Bear girl. She was
Yeah,
Care Bear.
Gotcha.
Bear Stain
I was
Bears.
a Smurf girl, really, but
That
go
went over
ahead.
that.
She was
All them
watching,
bears went over my head.
watching Shirt Tails and all that. I get it.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
anyway,
you're right.
Golden
Anyway.
Love was her favorite. Go ahead.
Yeah. So what I noticed was in the second season of the Super Friends, you notice they started bringing these 4 superheroes. You remember
Mm-hmm.
one was Black Bolton,
Yep.
one was named El Dorado,
Mm-hmm.
and you had one named Apache Chief.
Yeah, they had all these different coaches.
Inclusion.
Wait a minute.
Right.
And you had Samurai.
That's the
Because you remember-
YMCA people, ain't it?
Because you remember now, back in the day, all of them was white. So what they was trying to do back then, because like I said, they had agendas they was trying to push back in the day as well as today, but they was trying to push race. Like, hey, a superhero can be Mexican, a superhero can
Right.
be an Indian, a superhero can be a black, a superhero can be, Asian persuasion. But
Mhm.
those 4 heroes do not exist in the comic book world. They
Not
just they
anymore.
was just never did. Not no more. They never did because they were just created for the show only to promote race, different,
Yeah. The
race
inclusion, basically.
inclusion.
Right.
Exactly. So, go back to what we were talking about earlier, with this, I get it. It's like different time and different era because they was not pushing, this on us, but they were pushing race on us back in our time.
I mean, the fact that Tarzan was white
He grew up with some gorillas.
in the jungle, in the wild.
They could talk to him too. Ain't that something?
Right.
Well,
What about
Well, I
Zorro?
mean, and think about
Zorro was a Mexican hero.
Right. I didn't realize that for like 15 years
Mhm.
after
And
I
why
watched this
was
show.
and why was King Kong treated like a black man trying to rape a white woman? I ain't never get that either.
Well, yes, you do. I mean, come on. They called us monkeys way back in the slavery
Yeah.
time. So yeah, that's all that was. Come on.
King
We know
and
Kong,
then Cleopatra was played by
a
Elizabeth Taylor.
white woman.
There it
Yeah,
is.
and she was a black, and she was black as
Mhm.
all get out. Yeah. And see, that's the thing.
Not
Us
historically
as kids, but see, here's the thing. This is what I didn't realize. The older I got, and when they started teaching us real history, I always thought Cleopatra was white.
accurate.
Right.
I always thought Isis was white.
Mhm.
Because even back in the day, I mean, I don't know how old y'all are, but they used to have this little rinky-dink Shazam show featuring Isis.
Yeah. Before
She
my
was
time.
she was a white woman, and it was like when you started learning, you was like, wait a minute, all this Egyptian stuff, and I said she's supposed to be black.
Betty Boop.
So
Based on a black woman.
so yeah, who?
Betty Boop.
Oh yeah, that's right. Good point.
Mhm.
So
So
that
listen, y'all.
woman changed color too in Batman series. Y'all remember that too? Everybody thought it was Lee Merriweather. It was Eartha Kitt.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
that gives me an idea for a new show, another show called Colorism.
Can
Does
we
it
finish
still
this one though?
exist?
We can go all day with that one.
Just yes, sir. We go all day with that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a lot. Like I said, different times, different eras, different decade. They pushing certain agendas, and that's kind of like what I realized. Just paying attention as we talked in our last episode, being awoke. I'm paying attention to that, and I just kind of noticed how they did that because even with the presidency, Obama had an agenda. His assignment was for this same-sex marriage.
It sure was.
He pushed that thing harder than he pushed anything else.
That was his assignment.
That was his assignment.
A lot of people don't agree with that, but that was his assignment.
I totally agree with I sign. I approve this message.
Mm-hmm. I think sometimes we get caught up into thinking that things are going to happen a certain way, and we get blindsided. That's just like how Snoop grandson got blindsided by that, or Snoop got blindsided by that.
I'm about to say he got blindsided.
He didn't expect to see that in that movie,
mm-hmm.
and and they are trying to counsel him for that.
Well, if they didn't cancel him, for playing at the crypto arena for Trump, then
he's uncancelable.
He's cancel free.
Can of worms. I better open can of worms. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Well, open it up, man. We got to keep talking.
I'm gonna leave that alone, cause we'll go all night, bro. And all three of y'all might jump on me if I say what I got to say, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
Hey man, speak your mind, bro. If you can't speak your mind here, bro, why can't you speak your mind?
We'll let it go, man. Let's move on then. He don't want
I mean, I can say it. I can say it. Well, okay, well, let me say it then.
You want to say it, so spill it, I guess.
We have to get out of well, let me change that. I don't want to say what we got to do. I'm gonna say what I did. I have gotten out of dealing with this two-party system situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to vote for. From now on, I'm going to vote for whoever I feel is the best candidate. Now,
yeah, you're supposed
to be honest with you. Well, but see, sometimes our brothers and sisters, we don't do that.
That's because we don't have the knowledge.
We think because it's Democrat, it's the right thing. You know what I'm saying? And Democrat ain't always the right thing. And I think sometimes we have gotten caught up into, since we've had a black president now anybody real black, we kind of want to put him in there. And I think sometimes we have to do more homework on these candidates that's supposed to be representing our culture, or anybody who has someone that's representing their culture. You need to do your due diligence on doing your homework on it, because I don't believe that this last Democratic nominee was going to do anything that can support black folks either, or support our agenda, right? And then and now you got your Republican in there who said he gonna do it. He was way he was gonna do it, and he's doing it, right? But he's not right either. So
none of them are always right, to be honest, for the most part.
Right. So I don't believe in the voting for the lesser two evils. I don't believe in that statement.
Well, I think
a lot of people fall for that. A lot of people say that, but I don't believe in that, because there's no such thing as less of two evils. Evils is evil. Evil is evil.
Well, I think it's more about who aligns better with your particular morals. So your personal interest, not so much for me.
Well, she definitely didn't align with my morals.
Okay, and that's the thing. That's why you don't vote for her or him, whoever. So we all make that decision. But for me, I don't think about it as the lesser of two evils. I think, okay, nobody's going to be perfect, because the only person that can 100% represent my interests is me. Correct? I'm not. So I have to then look at the candidates and say, okay, well, who best aligns with me? Well, I knew it wasn't Trump at all. So yes, he's doing what he says he's going to do, but he's not doing the right things. So for me, that puts him to the side. So then I look at Kamala. Did Kamala check off all the boxes for me? No.
No.
But she checked off way more than Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what she got.
And can I ask, what were those boxes that she checked off?
Well, she talked about Social Security for the elderly. I have an elderly mother, so
Correct.
that was a big thing. So, again, these are self-interests for me.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
What else? I can't think of the other ones right off the top of my head right now, but that was the biggest one for me, was the Social
I
Security,
think
the elderly.
what we have to realize is, like, when we talk about Social Security, if it's going to affect anyone, it would affect us or the next generation more. It would affect those who are already receiving it. So I don't know. I just think it's a wishy-washy thing. The government, it's a tricky situation, man. You have to pay attention to what they're doing.
Right.
There's a lot of smoke and mirrors going on with them. And they're going to tell you one thing and do another right in your face.
Yeah.
And sometimes we get blinded by that because we trust them so much. We expect these people who campaign in front of us say what they're going to do and do what they're going to, do what they say they're going to do, but then it hasn't happened. It hasn't happened in the history of presidency yet.
Yeah, it's a sexist thing, because I don't think a woman would ever be in the president thing the way we
She
think.
will be. She will be one day. It will be a woman one day. I promise it will. We
We'll be
might not
long
see
gone.
it.
We're not gonna see it.
Yeah, we might not see it.
They said the same thing about a black president, so I wouldn't just discard that whole idea.
But like Smoke just said, he had an agenda though. Listen, can we look at that situation? I want y'all to think about it. I want y'all to think back when Hillary first went up for the nomination of the Democratic Party. Obama came out of nowhere and took it from him. Think about that. What nobody think about Barack Obama when she first announced that she was going to run for presidency.
That's
right?
because Oprah opened her mouth
And then but I'm just saying though, but nobody thought about that. And then all of a sudden, soon as this black man came in, she had the black vote till he said, "Hey, I'm gonna run too." He made
a big splash. He made a big splash at the Democratic
National Convention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He really got on the map there.
But she had it until he walked out there. Yes.
I don't think she was going to win.
Is,
Even if Barack
Obama,
go win.
And I'm running for the president of the United States.
Was that
we were like, oh shoot, we got one, and he speak well. Some of the ladies say he was handsome or whatever. That's our preference.
Oprah has power, so Oprah is liked by both sides of the community. So,
but see,
she endorsed him, and everybody ride with him.
But see, that goes back to what you said.
You get a car, and you're going to get a car if you vote for me. You're going to get one. You're going to get
Smoke.
She does have the Midas touch.
She give away cars. She give away cars if you voted for Barack. But Smoke. But go back to what you said. Now, the United States is not ready for a woman president.
No,
that ain't nothing to do with Kamala being black or nothing.
That's what I was saying. That's what I'm saying. It's just really when the bottom line goes to it, they just didn't want a woman in there. They can sit back and talk bad about Hillary. They can sit back and talk bad about Kamala. But the fact, really, bottom line is they didn't care about what their agenda was. That's a woman.
I'm in agreement with that.
That's what it was. That's exactly what it was.
That's
exactly what it was.
They didn't want a woman, and then she was a woman of color. Oh hell no!
That was a double negative.
Yeah.
Well, and then even when she was even her job as the vice president, I don't even know what she did. It's like they didn't give her nothing to do.
Nothing.
Okay, can I say something on that? Because I get a lot of people say that.
She didn't even promote reading to the children. You remember Nancy Reagan used to do that. We don't know what she did.
But here's the thing, though. Here's my problem with that. A lot of people say that. What did she do? She was VP. She did nothing. What did Dick Cheney do? What did Al Gore do?
Wait, didn't Dick Cheney shoot somebody?
You know what I'm saying. Come on now.
Yeah,
okay.
But my point is, let me make a point. My point is, let's
we did see him on
that misspelled potato. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Let's not hold her to a higher standard than we've held other VPs.
No, I'm not doing that,
All we
L.
know VPs to do is to go to funerals, to represent the president, and hang wreaths on dead soldiers' graves.
But you know what? You're absolutely correct. But I wasn't kicking her down. That's my
Mhm.
whole point. It's like, to me, they gave her less to do than the vice president, previous vice president.
Like what do they normally do?
What? That's what I'm saying.
So how can she do less if we don't even know what she?
What I mean by, okay, so check this out. Whatever the vice president does, I don't even think they actually had her doing that. That's all I'm saying. I'm kind of like
she was always out of the.
I'm agreeing with what you're saying, but I just think they treated her worse than they treated previous vice presidents. That's all I'm saying. That's just my opinion. That's just how I feel.
I mean, you know now some. If I'm not mistaken, most vice presidents deal with the foreign affairs a lot. And I don't think she really had that much to deal with that because, you know, a lot of these foreign countries, they don't like talking to women. They don't think women like to be. I mean, that's just real. I mean, Elle, you could roll your eyes, roll your neck.
That's true.
No. See,
they don't like to talk. They don't like to talk to.
That's not what I'm rolling my eyes about. That's not what I'm rolling my eyes about.
Okay,
especially like those Muslim countries, they ain't gonna talk to her.
I'm in agreement with that. I'm saying I don't know anything about VPs doing foreign affairs. That's where I was kind of like confused.
Some of them do. I thought someone do talk to.
I personally have not heard of it. Okay. Hey.
I thought they did. Now, I mean, if I'm wrong, correct me. But I thought a lot of times they dealt with some foreign countries. Now they don't talk to the other presidents. They might talk to someone below the ones who run the countries or whatever. But I thought they dealt with some of that.
If
I'm
they
gonna have to look that up.
It would have been Joe Biden because Joe Biden had a background in foreign affairs. That is the that was his area of expertise. But other VPs, I have not heard of them doing anything like that.
I'll tell you what, man. As far as Joe goes, I wouldn't vote. I wouldn't vote in that way, bro. I couldn't. I ain't gonna lie. I had voters remorse. I voted for him, of course, the last time. But during that whole the debate, bro, that man was calling out cereal brands and talking about the white walls on his ties, and they asked this man about, current, foreign affairs and this, that, and the third, and he talking about, you know what I'm saying, how valuable a supersized meal is. I said, hold on, bro, I can't vote. What the hell, man? That dude was losing it. I was like, nah. I was to the point. I'm gonna go and write somebody's name in, but I wouldn't vote for Joe no more, bro. That dude,
he was
clearly, bro. He mentally he wasn't ready.
I mean, yeah, because he was too old to go back in anyway. I mean, he was already too old to be voted as president, but they didn't want to put Trump back in. So that's why he got in. So you dealt with you were dealing with two older men, to vote on, and I mean Trump still got back in, but they was trying to keep it from Trump ever getting back in there.
Yeah, and top of that, I mean, just thinking about the vice president job, one of their jobs I do know for sure is when the Congress has a tie, they the ones that break the tie. How often that happens with them. That's what I'm saying. But we're moving forward. But
Hey, what's happening? It's your boy Mike, from the No Pod Just Cast crew, your weekly hangout. Join us next week for part 2, man, of some engaging and entertaining conversation. Y'all know we're gonna keep it 100. Believe that. Appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Make sure y'all comment, like, and subscribe. I'm out.